If something happened to those people in Ogomosho, 1, 2, 3 or more killings, then something bad will happen. We are going to be appealing to you in the next few days again. We wrote you a letter in March that please decentralize Nigeria. Let everybody go and manage its affairs. We are going to renew the pledge again that Nigeria cannot manage as one primary school with an headmaster. That's the mentality that we have now. An headmaster managing like village headmaster. Nigeria has been reduced to village headmaster of the TV series. A city, a place of jesters.
Give us your assessment of President Tinubu's 3 years in office. May 29th, just about a week ago, made it 3 years exactly, he was sworn in the areas of insecurity, the economy, and democratic practices. Give us your general overview of his administration.
We were in error to assume that President Tinubu has some antidote, some strategy to fix Nigeria. Some people had hopes. We never had, certainly. But it's clear now that he just came in, sleepwalked into the presidency. He had no defined strategy, just to occupy the office and exercise the powers of the office. It turned out to be a transactional presidency. Anything goes. Reactionary, not in control of all the elements of governance of a country, a so-called country. We always say it's 200 million, 220 million, 250 million, 280 million. We don't know how many we are. That's even the source of the problem. We are just marooned. And he himself is going to France, going to look for investors when we cannot move within the country. Everything is just misdirected. And it's unfortunate that people around him have not told him that it's just on a wild goose chase, why the country is unraveled and the country is going under. Out of control. Absolutely.
How do you mean? Give us context. Let's take insecurity. Let's be focused, Doctor. Take insecurity, for instance. So much money. The defense and security sector has gotten the highest budgetary allocation, at least on paper, in the last maybe 10, 12 years. But then you see the military saying they don't really get what is budgeted is not actually released to them. There's a huge gap. But with the spate of killings, massacres all over this country, abductions, beheadings, whether in the northwest, northeast, southwest now, discuss this insecurity pandemic and the Tinubu's administration's response to it, or a lack thereof.
The problem began with Obasanjo, who said Sharia would just go away. It didn't go away. It also started with Jonathan Dasuki. They shared all security money to people and millions of naira to all kinds of people. No accountability. That's the foundation of corruption, misapplication of funds, and profligacy. And when there is no sin, no accountability, everything now that is showing various symptoms. So it's only a foolish person will not know that this thing started from Borno State, moved to Plateau, moved to Benue, moved to Niger, moved to Kwara, moved to Oyo, now in Ekiti, until it touches the ocean. The trajectory is clear, but our leaders are working on air. They just assure bandits will be defeated. They just talk, and they are busy sharing money, applying contracts, and just plundering the states. There is no seriousness of purpose. Our president went to George, said never again. He said you have only 10 minutes to stay in the airport. He said never again will anybody be killed. The following week, people were killed in Plateau. Okay, so that time, the Plateau incident in December, we are now in June. What is the weight of a presidential utterance? Do you just speak in vain when you have no strategy? You have no effort to deliver positive outcome. It's just public statement. Does words count? Does it matter? It didn't matter.
Let's talk about solution, because we all know the problems, But what's the solution? Because if you say no strategy, even though the spokesperson for the president was here, Barrister Daniel Buala, of course, vigorously defended the president and the president's policies. Of course, you would say, what do you expect him to do? But my question is, what should the president have done? What should they have done to resolve this? Because this insecurity now, initially we used to think it was far away, but it's on our doorstep now. It's knocking at our doors. Now, every Nigerian now knows this insecurity is actually at our doorstep. What should the president have done differently?
Once you are going on the wrong course, you keep going there until you stop and take stock and redirect at what you are doing. There are not one that no one silver bullet.
Absolutely.
There are several things.
Yes.
For instance, to know where is bastardized. We have name, we have BVN, we have ID card, all fake. We cannot account for ourselves. If you are living, your address cannot be pinpointed. We don't know where as a country. Anybody can come in to any town, no registration. You have to have a strict identity registration system to know who is who. You tie down. That's the first thing that you do.
That's the foundation.
That's the foundation to know who is staying within the territory of Nigeria.
Sorry, Doctor. So to even tackle insecurity, because before you talk about guns and bullets and arsenal and armory, the first thing is identity. Who is who and where?
What do you do for a living? Once you do that, then all whoever has access to arms. During Buhari regime, Fulanis were carrying AK-47 everywhere. And nothing was done. In fact, the government now said all these people who have guns should surrender it. But the Fulanis, we have to mention their names. It's the only ethnic nation in Nigeria that openly carries AK-47. And they boast about it. And nothing has happened. So all this is foundation. You have to correct, you have to go back. Who is a Fulani? Fulani Nigerian, Fulani adapted, Fulani imported. You have to do an holistic count of who is who and where. That's the fact. If you don't do that, they're just pouring little something. We're
papering over the cracks.
Pretentious. And this thing is that since 1999 we have a ritual of coronation. Every 4 years, please just, if it's only 10 million that votes, just vote us in. Validate our position as governor, as president, as senators. And let's continue plundering the system. So all they want now is just election. Whatever goes, whether it's bad or not, just validate that we are president, we are governor, we are senator, and the same cycle. We don't have democracy. How can you have 23 million out of 200 million voting, and then you say you have democracy? Not even up to 10%. In other countries, to be 51% of registered voters that must vote. Otherwise, you have to do a run. But here we have no standard. Everything is wrong with our society. Everything is wrong. That is, we have to break Nigeria down.
An Obesian state now.
Yeah, anybody.
But sir, the reality, I want us to speak to reality, because our reality now is that 1999 Constitution, identifies Nigeria as one nation. We are all one. Yes, I agree with you. In terms of the principle, the theoretical, the thesis that yes, we're different ethnic nationalities. That's true, but we're one nation. Sir, what I want from you, we're one country. Yes, we're one country. What I want from you, sir, in the present reality of Nigeria, do you believe in state police or community policing? And how should where I'm actually going with this is that the President Tinubu has spent so much. I mean, when he wanted tax reforms, the way he approached it was totally different. Single-minded focus that was unmatched since he came into office. Single-minded focus. Muscled that process through the National Assembly until it was passed. Why has the president not done that for state or community policing?
The president is held hostage to his ambition to realize second term at all costs.
So everybody was irrelevant.
And he wanted to be in charge of the police. The way Sunday Adewusi was in charge of the police in 1982 under Shagari, when Adewusi would just make an order. In fact, they were equipped that time to subdue any insurgency. The military had to cut them down. So Tinubu doesn't want to give up central control of police towards the next election. That's what he said. Just playing games to say, well, committee. Which committee do you need? There is a Motekun that is regional, that has been, the blueprint is there. and it will just replicate it.
There's a Bubagio actually in the southeast. They have a
Yeah.
In Borno, I know they have JTF.
So when it will be implemented tomorrow, just make amendments to the Police Council Police Act and let 90% of officers and men be drawn from each area. Then you know your way around to protect yourselves. And then people have priorities. In the southwest, everybody man that has a degree or school side will be put into the police force Amotekun. In fact, the police force of the Yoruba will be Amotekun force. We don't need all the fanciful names. So if you do that, but I wish Tinubu can just say, look, let me just forget about the second term thing. One term is enough. You have made a name, your photograph is on the wall as president of Nigeria. If you stay 50 years like Paul Biya, what are you going to achieve? If we had a full force, as we said, implementation of decentralized architecture, not just police again, intelligence, traffic control, road safety, civil defense corps, put everything into basket and into modules, not just police alone. Yeah. Because if you do police, you still have intelligence in Abuja, it's not centralized. You have road safety, not centralized. Vehicle movements, road safety will be centralized too, so that you know how many vehicles in your own territory. Is it not? How many Okada? Okadas are not licensed. Everybody just buy Okada on the road, carry people. We are just in a lawless situation because of this Abuja control of everything security. Until we break it down and centralize, and then each region will be able to decide what is good for him or for it or her. But so sad that president is just pretentious. With respect, he's pretentious. He doesn't want to coast through to become second. When he gets second time, what is he going to do with it? The country is gone. May next year is so far away. The country will be gone. If something happened to those people in Ogomosho, 1, 2, 3 or more killings, then something bad will happen. I hope Romania will not happen to President Tinubu. If 1 or 2 teachers or 2 or 3 students were killed and thrown to the further and people see it, everybody is mad. In a manner situation, anything can happen. We don't pray for it, but do you work for it? Don't work for it. Prayer is useless. All they can. Why didn't they not go to Ogomosho to pray? They should just go to Ogomosho and form a ring of prophets and pastors and say, Angel Gabriel, put fire on these people who are old people. Why didn't they do that? They ought to have done that. Instead, they said we should do 3 days prayer. Prayer for what? People are in the bush, no dread, nothing. I thought they would go to Ogomosho and occupy the forest and invoke all the spirits of their prophetic prayers and flush but it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. God gave us control of what we are supposed to do. Angels will not come down. No matter how much you do, dry prayer, fasting prayer, white prayer is just pretentious until we are serious. If we are really serious, too much money in the hands of people who have sawdust between their heads. They don't know what to do with it. And I must say with respect, when one person donates 3 billion to launch a book, that means the man is just sitting on money. He doesn't know what to do with it. How can you just think of donating 3 billion? You think that money can build 2-3 universities at once? You give it to one man. But what does God want to do with 3 billion at 92? But because this money is just like rainwater. That's it. In other societies, we have to start what happened in Saudi Arabia. 2018, and Saudi Arabia is now on a higher trajectory. You go there to pilgrimage, you waste your time. They are going far. They have been going far for a long time. They gather everybody who appear to be living above their income. No problem. They put them in an hotel in 2018. Say, stay in this hotel. Whatever money you have, please don't surrender it to the state. If you don't surrender, you won't leave. They give them good treatment. So put all our politicians, put them in transport. You stay there until you, for years with BVN, you can know who has what. So we know you have 10 billion. Give us 9.5 out of that 10 billion. Sign it away. If you have 10 houses, keep 2. We need 8 to turn to residential flats nationwide. Everybody, even the president himself, if you have 2 more, you should surrender it. Too many things have been privatized. The state have been privatized. We don't now make it to be public. All the looting that has, to what end? To what end? To what end? If we don't apply Saudi solution to give confidence to the people who are working daily 9 to 5 that you are living with your means, anybody who can donate 3 billion, it's obscene. It's obscene. Danjuma should not be proud to be associated with that kind of money. Today, if he were to be Moffetting, he's supposed to transfer all his wealth to the state with immediate effect. Seriously. That's the kind of thing we need to do. We need to do that.
But sir, some would argue that General Tiwa Danjuma is a businessman.
Which business? He was given a block. He doesn't know the color of crude oil. Yeah, because he planned coup and killed Ironsi those days. They rewarded him. In fact, they kept that money on their school accounts. But once we have not had him say anything. If you have money now, you should donate to build Amajiri schools. If he's a sincere person that say he prays, if somehow he got stolen goods given to him, because he's stolen goods from Nigeria, what fact did he do to generate 3 billion net? If he got them, he ought to have his statement now. Thank you, General Danjuma, I appreciate you. This money, I gave it back to charity. That will go on foundation to build schools in every central district in the north, to build skill centers. But as usual, Gondon has kept quiet. He's praying, but prayer without good works, it's of no effect. It's of no effect. General, go on, please. If you are listening, give this money away. It will be a problem in your family. If you die and the money remains, your family will be scattered. Why not give the money back to the state and redeem your name as a praying warrior, as a soft-hearted Jack, the one that we knew, that is so sincere, a young dashing lad that Nigeria married for. Nigeria picked your wife for you, married for you. There's only the day when you got married. You have got so much. Don't keep this money to yourself. Stay example. Say, this money you gave me, I'm giving it out. Others who have money like that, please give it back to Nigeria. We shouldn't borrow money. When somebody kept 3 billion under his job boot, we shouldn't borrow money in the country.
I think that should get to the ears of the men concerned. But Doc, some in the opposition camp, opposition political figures, have accused President Tinubu of being largely disconnected from the present day, the everyday reality of Nigerians, the economic grind, the insecurity that they face every day.
While he was in Jos Airport, he said, I have only 10 minutes and there's no light here and we have to go. The same man who said, if there is no light in the country,
don't vote for me.
Don't vote for me. And himself confirmed now that there is no light. What about that? His own household entirely disconnected from the country. Because his wife goes about to invite to donate 1 billion. At least I had him donate 1 billion to OAU. Where is his shop? Where is his boutique? Where is he running a bookstore, Mr. President's wife? And this country now is passing out SUV cars to some women in all states. Where is the money from? Is it from his salary? Does he have oil well too? So, and President,
she was a senator, so maybe they accumulated.
And they were getting 100 million per month that time, who knows? But it's not legitimate. His son, Olushenka, had to complain that police guarding him is enough to go and flush out coup plotters. When you can't say so.
Yes.
So, President's entire household, they are living in the clouds. They are just, we are beneath them. President to go to Gomosho, where will he learn to do that? President has to be a statesman, to go to the Buckingham Palace, to go to Macron, to go to Kigali, to just say, I mean, it's unfortunate that this man who is supposed to be down earth, somebody said, give somebody power, give them wealth, before you know who they really are. The president is not living to the Omoluabi ethos. Is of Yoruba extraction, whether from Iragbiji or wherever. Iragbiji is still Yoruba land. Yorubas have afenifere. You want goodness for yourself, you want it for the others. That's what Yoruba mantra says. His household has not lived to this mantra, and that is why He might stay for 20 years on the throne. Let him sit down. He doesn't represent the best of Yoruba people.
It brings me to the question: what is the mood of the Southwest generally about Tinubu's government, the administration, the policies, the programs?
There's a small clique of Yorubas that says we will die and swim with Tinubu because they are optimistic that some problems will come to them too. But the real Omoluabi Yoruba, we are scandalized that Yoruba man is in charge and the country is unraveling under his watch. Addis Obasanjo tried a little bit, not the best. He saved Nigeria from being indebted. He tried, so he made many other mistakes. But to have a Yoruba 2.0, and we now have what we have now, questionable projects, Lagos, Calabar, Badagry, whatever, questionable projects. All those things, we can't believe that this Omoluabi mantra from the house of Awolowo. Awolowo wanted the greatest good for the greatest number of people. He put his own children in a public school. He went there physically to enroll his daughter. We have the picture. We saw him. He went to visit children in Delta State there who had no shoes, no dress. He identified with the people. We also know Awolowo's mantra, Jakande people. When Jakande was in Lagos, he stayed in his house using his own Toyota Crown. He never traveled overseas once.
In all the years?
In all the years he was governor. He was dressing in just top and trousers. And this is the mantra that we should export to the rest of the country. But unfortunately, the way Yorubas are not to be seen, we are going to be endangered in Nigeria, the way Tinubu has led Nigeria on our behalf, in quotes, is there on our behalf. We are not going to have any mouth to talk ever again if he leaves today without doing anything. And that's why somebody like me, I've been campaigning, Mr. President, leave October 1, 2026. You have spent 4 years. A new condition for Nigeria that would centralize. Let everybody go and we are Nigeria. Nobody wants to bring Nigeria down. We are good neighbors. But the condition is already available to just decentralize. You go and leave. And then, if at all, it can become ceremonial presidency. When you're commissioning a project, you can come and, but for him to be awarding contracts and be dealing with everything, and then he's looking for foreign investors, when I cannot go to Osun State as a Nigerian now by road.
A citizen of Osun State, an indigenous of Osun State.
I cannot go there. I cannot go to Obajana. I can't go to Lokoja. If I go, my heart will be coming out of my mouth. So which foreigner, unless a criminal foreigner will come and build factory in Nigeria, unless they're coming to loot the oil wealth, no serious-minded person will invest at all. So, President, we are going to be appealing to you in the next few days again. We wrote you a letter in March that please decentralize Nigeria. Let everybody go and manage his affairs. We are going to renew the pledge again that Nigeria cannot manage as one primary school with an headmaster. That's the mentality that we have now. An headmaster managing like village headmaster. Nigeria has been reduced to village headmaster of the TV series. A city, a place of jesters. Onanuga press releases. A country of, is it 200 million, 250 million? It's embarrassing to say we don't even know who we are. That's the foundation of our problem.